Всем привет! С вами Таня. Сейчас разгар дня, субботы. Мы приехали сюда снимать репортаж и брать интервью американцев. Мы будем расспрашивать о том, что же они думают о русских, что они думают о наших традициях, о нашей кухне, что они думают о нашей культуре в целом. Она у нас есть. По сравнению особенно с той статуей, которая стоит позади меня, я думаю, что наша культура явно выигрывает. Не переключайтесь, будет интересно.
Don't like them.
Okay.
They don't respect American culture.
Okay.
Oh, they don't respect other people in general. They think they're better than others.
Yeah, they think they're superior to all else.
Yes, and they just talk over people a lot. I have met a lot of them that they just think they're more important than others. So.
Well, I think they have a rich history. I know that alcoholism is a big problem for men in Russia. And it causes a lot of problems in terms of crime and things like that, but it's also ridiculous to assume that any Russian person is, sitting getting drunk on vodka.
I think of Russians are like every other person. They're very nice people. I mean, there's nothing bad to say. I just met a young girl. She graduated from the University of Moscow. Very, very nice girl. And so we got along very well. I know where she works, and she invited us over. I never met a grumpy Russian.
Kind of like a sturdy people. I don't know. I mean, I know some Russians. They've always been very welcoming and friendly.
Not as much as I should. Well, when I think of them, I think they're probably good, basic people. Oh yes, I've worked with some Russian people over the years. They work about the same, but the ones I've met, they seem to have a pretty good sense of humor. They're hardworking.
So, do you mind sharing what do you know of Russians, stereotypic or anything, whatever you can share?
Ice and snow and really cold,
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah.
I've met a couple Russians in my life. Actually, one of my good friends, Ivan, I went to high school with him. He was a transplant, and he walked around school all day with his head hung down like this.
No.
And yeah, very, very quiet.
Very stereotypic.
Just a couple words. You'd only get a couple words out of him. But yeah, I think somberness. Very sullen. I studied music.
Okay.
In college, so I know a lot about Dmitri Shostakovich. Well, he was a Russian nationalist. He wrote many symphonies during Stalin's era, and he was kind of the poster child of, Stalin wanted him to write music to support Mother Russia.
When I think of Russian people, I think of the Soviet Union, right? Wasn't it Soviet Union?
Soviet Union, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's nothing really bad though. I don't have no stereotypes about them. I'm really not around them a lot, to be honest with you.
I think
you've never met them?
Deep, the
the
accent is
accent,
really,
yeah.
I think you're really determined, really strong-willed.
I had a ballet teacher who was also Russian, who was super grumpy and strict and proper.
Yeah. I used to work at the Net. She was probably in her mid-40s, and she was horrible to me, horrible. It was almost I don't know if she was envious that I was from America, but she was not the most polite person.
If you can say something specific about men or women, that's also will be helpful.
Oh, men, they scare me. I feel like they're gonna, and they look aggressive,
very robust.
Yeah. Not in a sexual way. I mean, just oh my god.
It's funny, we don't even believe in stereotyping, to be honest. This is our pure experience. I think that they're pretty cool. I love accents.
What do you think of Putin regime?
Putin?
Yeah.
I think that he is very egotistical.
Yeah.
I think ego is running a lot of what he does.
Yeah, whoever governs the country, they have huge ego.
Sure. I don't necessarily know a lot about his foreign policy, but it just seems like he's only interested in furthering himself as an individual. He might not have his people's best interest in mind, but that's very similar to the United States.
Is it?
Yes, absolutely. Do you think our leaders have our best interest in mind? Absolutely not. I think there's a lot of parallels actually between Russia and America.
Well, it seems kind of scary, and
Scary's the word.
It's a little worrisome for Americans because he seems kind of like another dictator a little bit. But
Yeah.
After the Cold War, the Russian people felt very demoralized, and there was a lot of economic chaos, and Yeltsin did a terrible job. So it delegitimized democracy a lot. And so Putin came in and he said, we're going to return Russia to greatness, which is a great narrative. And a lot of people seemed to think it was going to do well. And actually, economically, for a little bit, the Russians did do pretty well. So they made a trade-off, he's not the most democratic guy, but he's bringing us back to where we want to be.
I don't like talking about politics, especially on camera.
Oh, I heard of Stalin. Stalin is he
Yeah,
used to be.
Stalin, yeah.
I have to try this.
No, I'm a vegetarian. Maybe that has something to do with it.
What kind of stuff is it?
I would definitely try the food. I like food,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I would
true.
try the food. Just like some of the meat, sort of the schnitzel style meats
Potato,
and the potatoes and
Pierogi, like those pies.
the
Have you tried
soups,
it?
the sour cream and stuff.
Have you ever tried any of Russian dishes, like any Russian?
I think of
cuisine?
meat and potatoes.
I haven't gone to like a Russian specific restaurant, so I don't know exactly. Like, what's Russian pancakes?
Yeah, I think I went to a Ukrainian restaurant recently downtown, but I'm sure it's different cuisine there. But yeah, like I don't know, I love blintzes, which I guess is German, but still very good.
Yeah, they are good.
I like everything about it. I like the, I don't know if you know, the shchav I used to eat. You know, my mother used to make shchav, kucha. I don't know if you know those dishes or whatever.
I should do that.